Hello, today I'll present a series of horror films concerning haunted doll contracts. Greta, a family violence victim, picked an affluent family as an assistance to evade her boyfriend's seduction. Once reaching the driver's home, she informed her the owner had gone out to play and allowed her to sit in the guest room. Greta beamed as she entered the spotless home. She heard an odd sound upstairs as she went inside. She assumed someone was here, so she walked upstairs. On the second floor, she spotted a photo of 3 of the owner's family members. After then the sound returned. She returned but saw no one, then spotted the bedroom door next to it open. She entered and saw a toy table. Greta played with the toy when a guy appeared. Greta tossed away all the toys in fear. The guy quickly apologized after seeing it. They learned the man's name was Malcolm throughout their talk. He created a weekly grocery shop selling food and beverages. They instantly walked to the kitchen after discussing it. Malcolm claimed he understood a bit about accounting, so Greta's rubber candy told him why she was here. She instantly handed him rubber candy, half believing. Malcolm saw the rubber candy and persuaded Greta to join him to avoid someone. Greta altered her expression quickly. She flung rubber candy behind her into the garbage. Greta quickly questioned Malcolm about the house's owner, but Malcolm didn't know how to explain. Once they were conversing, the owner returned. She advised Greta to put on her shoes when she noticed her without them. Her shoes were gone when she opened the luggage. That led the owner to suspect her kid was playing. Thank goodness Greta had another pair of shoes. The two promptly headed upstairs. When she found the kid, she called him a toy. Greta was sorrowful, but when she saw the married couple's serious look, she vanished. Soon after, they introduced her to their kid. Brahms was this doll's name. Greta observed it and kept shaking hands with him since she looked after this doll. The owner gave her a task. She claimed they had employed several helpers previously, but Brahms didn't enjoy it. Both went to bed. The owner wanted Greta to get up at 7 a.m. every day and assist him with dressing. She requested that she play music for Brahms daily since he enjoyed it. Before everyone finished dining, the owner sought Greta. He advised her to examine 7 rats often to safeguard the home. The owner told her something shortly after. Despite the boy's strange narrative, he felt his kid was still alive and with them. Until the spouses spoke to Brahms. He instructed Greta to leave when she was at the door. The owner soon emerged and stated Brahms liked Greta, and the youngster picked her. Though astonished and thrilled, she felt weird and scowled at the fellow. She named herself soon after. This area had no signal or network, she stated. The close buddy reported Greta's ex-boyfriend was frequently seeking her lately. Greta couldn't handle hearing it, so she stopped contacting her. The housewife left the following day. Because they were going on vacation, the owner had to leave Greta alone. He then brought her a rule book and told her to observe it because Brahms was unique. The two soon left, and Macomb brought her pay. If Greta treated Brahms well, he would treat her well, they said. If they were not kind to the boy, the two feared Greta would be terrified, so they didn't talk. These words were followed by their departure. Greta placed Brahms on the chair when she got home, thinking it was a pink doll. Her weird feeling led her to take the shirt next to it for the youngster. Unknowingly, Greta slept on the chair and woke up at night. She turned back at Brahms and saw his shirt fall. Greta flung him on another chair in anger. Greta heard a kid scream soon after dozing. She clutched the lamp and proceeded down, hearing a sound from below. She was drawn to the image on the first floor. While examining closer, Greta saw naked hands after waking up. It was a dream. Greta was clearly unafraid. Soon after, she heard a kid crying again. Curiosity drove her to Brahms. Brahms' eyes were moist, so Greta caressed him and felt amazing. A drop of water hit her head, and she glanced up. My God. The floor was moist. Brahms was brought to the bed by Greta. Malcolm arrived the following day to pay Greta's paycheck. Greta then questioned him about Brahms. It happened 20 years ago on Brahms' 8th birthday. An accident killed the youngster. Since Brahms didn't live long, that doll emerged strangely. Malcolm worried she was lonely and offered to bring her out to play in town. He promised not to notify the two owners. Greta eagerly agreed after hearing it was fantastic. Greta felt she had to bathe and change before playing. Strange things occurred when Greta bathed shortly after. Her clothing and jewelry were taken. Greta saw her hair was trimmed in the mirror after bathing. She then discovered her clothing and jewelry were gone. Greta checked outside because she felt the home had a bug. She spotted an unopened stairway to the machines in the hallway. When she saw it, she grabbed the sword and climbed. Greta couldn't open the stairway after getting up since it closed automatically. She had an idea, assuming Malcolm was waiting downstairs. She used the weapon to make a commotion to get Malcolm's attention. Malcolm drove away after Greta tried hard but couldn't hear it. After seeing that, Greta searched for the tool. An unexpected stranger scared her into losing balance and falling unconscious. The following morning, she discovered the person she believed was a sack of clothing. Brahms' photos were in a picture book she discovered below. While Greta watched the ancient building, the stairs opened spontaneously. Greta summoned Malcolm down. Malcolm inadvertently touched the stairs while bewildered. They realized it was because the stairs hadn't been maintained in a while. Greta believed someone was here since the clothing was missing. She quickly invited Malcolm to remain. She inquired about Brahms. Malcolm claimed his community has two legends. The better story is that an adored kid died young. Hearing that the kid was unusual is harder. They didn't realize Brahms heard every word they uttered while conversing. After Malcolm departed, a guy sneaked behind Greta while she was washing her face. Greta saw something odd and went to Brahms' room to find it in the mess area. Then she approached the kid. She turned Brahms' face because he looked oddly at her. Brahms turned and stared at her strangely. It was a dream. Greta relaxed and left. She opened the door to find her shoes gone before they arrived. She entered Brahms' chamber and watched him wake up, along with the owner's regulations. Greta has broken several regulations here. Greta dashed to her room. The phone rang, so she answered. Greta was astonished to learn that a boy inside shouted her name. She flung the phone away. Before she could settle down, Brahms' door made a sound like something was left outside. After gently opening the door, Greta saw it was dawn again. She realized then that the kid had never been wicked. Greta then visited Brahms. She turned and saw that the rules had been established previously, and she realized that Brahms always followed them. Looking at the two owners, he grabbed a stone and placed it in his bag.
Kalbim sana akar, ama yine sen varsın. Hayallerimde dolaşırsın. Uzak olsa da yollar. Kalbim sana akar, sanki bir düş gibi. Her an seni yaşıyorum. Gözlerimde ışık.
This time they went out to uncover the truth, not to relax. After that, they gently entered the meadow holding hands. A letter to Brahms was written before they left. The two finally died at sea. Even Greta's side started following the guidelines daily. Macomb delivered the items that day and found her transformed. Macomb claimed he helped Greta obtain a letter, but Greta told him to put it down and go. Greta gazed at Brahms when Macomb departed. She wanted the lad to speak to her, but Brahms didn't. Greta looked around to see Brahms gone while cooking supper. She checked again and discovered the youngster hidden in a corner. After inviting Macomb, she wanted to show him the Brahms doll was genuine. They visited Brahms' room. Greta laid the kid down and drew a circle with chalk. They returned to Greta's room. A booming sound followed her wall knocking. Macomb felt crazy. Brahms was gone when they opened the door. The ecstatic couple noticed the youngster behind the door. After explaining, they walked. Greta described her ex-boyfriend to Macomb. After having a child, she wanted him to alter that name, which tormented her. However, Greta was born on the final familiar road soon after. Macomb listened and soothed. Their love grew. Macomb told Greta to go at night, but she refused. Macomb then relayed Greta Brahms' tales. A female used to come looking for the youngster, he claimed. On Brahms' birthday, the girl went out and didn't return. Last, the girl's corpse was recovered in the forest. The box also suffered shattering. Police took Brahms' parents, but when they came home, the boy's room was on fire. Brahms was burnt alive and the girl's murderer was never caught. Macomb suspected Brahms the murderer. Greta refused to go despite Macomb's arguments. She returned to that machine after Macomb departed. She handed over the album. She discovered girl photos suddenly. She believes Macomb told her the truth. Greta heard a piano the day after meeting Brahms. Once she glanced closer, she saw her ex-boyfriend Cole, not Macomb. Cole suggested Greta go home with him by supper. He also booked a flight. Macomb brought the items as they spoke. When he recognized the name, Macomb called Greta out. The two discussed getting Cole out of the home. Macomb saw Cole arrive and fled abruptly. Cole didn't have to be dumb to understand the two had a problem. He instantly warned Greta that he would locate her wherever she went after taking a break. Then he told her to get the baggage. Greta fiercely stared at Brahms and stated she hoped he might assist her. Macomb slept in the vehicle instead of leaving. Cole contacted Greta. Frustrated after a bizarre event occurred, and a few drips of blood covered his face. Greta woke up to find Brahms gone. Just out, she was grabbed aside. Cole was furious because on the glass were 3 phrases he imagined she wrote. But Greta sensed Brahms' position was bad and hurried to embrace him. Cole believed it was Brahms, so he requested her to give him the kid. Macomb arrived as Cole grabbed Brahms as they fought. He ordered Cole to go, but Cole was furious and slammed Brahms to the ground, knocking him unconscious. Cole discovered a peculiar sound from upstairs in the mirror while everyone was confused. Someone suddenly cracked the mirror, revealing a hidden entrance. A famous scenario followed, with 3 individuals only seeing a guy in a mask slowly emerge. Brahms was quickly recognized by Macomb. Brahms wanted to catch Cole and beat him constantly. Before grabbing Greta, he shoved a doll piece into Cole's neck. Luckily, Macomb arrived in time for a blow to erase it. Macomb helped Greta stand and flee. Greta inadvertently found a hidden entrance, so they raced to a chamber. Brahms pursued them when they ran away. The two found a chamber while running via the hidden path. Greta instantly knew Brahms lived here. She found all her things on Brahms' bed previously. After reading a note on the table, she realized 2 ladies promised Brahms to kiss Greta without her permission. After seeing that, Macomb pushed her away. Brahms emerged as they were sprinting. Throwing a ball, Macomb made it vanish. The escape door locked while they kept running to the front. Macomb faced Brahms alone to save Greta time. Since he was unarmed, he didn't mind Brahms' hits. Greta opened the door to flee when Brahms gazed at her. However, Brahms told her that leaving would kill Macomb as she left. Greta returned to save Macomb after fleeing. She entered the home seeking a nervous tablet for protection. Later she met Brahms. Greta quickly placed the nervous tablet in her purse. Brahms went to her without trying to injure her. Greta shouted and told Brahms to sleep. Brahms lied after hearing the reply. He requested a kiss before Greta left. Greta spotted the chance. She kissed the other arm while holding the nervous tablet. Brahms, in anguish, shoved Greta 10 meters away, rose up and squeezed her neck. Greta snatched the nervous tablet and gave it to Brahms before being strangled. Looking at Greta, Brahms collapsed in anguish. That fire just stripped Brahms, not killed him. He withdrew his eyes from there. Greta then found Macomb alive. After that, she drove Macomb away. Brahms survived and was alone with the shattered doll at home. Subscribe, like, and ring the notification bell to get the newest videos.